to Thought Experiments with your host, AM1. Who is AM1? Why am I doing this channel? Why would you listen to this guy? Lifelong artist, thinker, very inquisitive to a fault. Got myself in a whole lot of trouble. I've always had an aversion to authoritative figures. Fast forwarding into my life now, I am a videographer, motion graphic designer. For myself, I think about it from again, a journalistic perspective. Videographer, motion graphic designer. I do a lot of projects around, community activism, entrepreneurs getting their projects out, nonprofits, a lot of things that really, from my perspective, I want to help the world be a better place, as corny as that sounds, and using art and visual ability to do that. A lifelong artist, drawing, illustration, been a big time music fan, hip hop guy from obviously, the 80s into the 90s, big on all this stuff, pop culture kind of thing, streetwear, fashion, events. I have a background in all of this stuff, and I was able to build it into a career doing videography, motion graphic design work. So that's like the kind of stuff you see for ads, video packages, explainer videos. So this is the kind of stuff I do for a living. So for me to be able to execute a project like Thought Experiments is very exciting to me because it merges sort of my lifelong exploration into just what is this and asking questions. And again, it's rooted in a journalistic, critical thinking kind of mode. But I really want us to all sort of put on our thinking caps of journalism style critical thinking. Critical thinking is the objective analysis and evaluation of an issue in order to form a judgment. And another one, critical thinking is a kind of thinking in which you question, analyze, interpret, evaluate, and make a judgment about what you read, hear, say, or write. The term critical comes from the Greek word kritikos, meaning able to judge or discern. So we're going to get into judgment, discernment, all of that. What I really want to do is just have fun asking wild questions. I mean, that's what it really boils down to. Just asking questions about life, reality, how we live. Because think about it, how we live, life, living, death. Okay, wait a minute. Death, consciousness, life, you're alive, you're aware, self-awareness. You see where I'm going with this? So it's like, let's go deep, right? That's so deep. It's like, not really, because that's the state everybody exists in anyway, right? So it's like, let's talk about these things. And I say, let's talk about it because what if there are people who do think about this stuff primarily, but have amassed resources in such a way where they hope you don't think about the predicament? Maybe they're using that against your freedom and your ability to live life to its best potential, right? Maybe they're manipulating it and shutting off certain elements of yourself, not letting you live your best life, right? Most people who I think would land on this channel already have certain levels of critical thinking. For the people who have friends who are more of the normie sheep class, so to speak, the people who aren't quite awakening or resistant to or adverse to asking questions, who rather stick to the status quo, if they do start to ask more questions, at least if there's a platform that you can send them to that really breaks down what would be considered far out wild ideas from a really hyper analytical, critical thinking kind of mode, and really just breaking it down step by step. So we're literally just breaking things down by words, concepts, definitions, because words have meanings, is just the type of unbiased, objective sort of critical analysis that you need to have from a journalistic perspective, journalistic integrity mindset. Like, I'm not trying to sway you to think a particular way more than I am wanting to sway you and inspire yourself, just as I'm always inspired, to just have an open mind about interesting ideas.